give this a minute or two. I don't see anybody in here yet. People join up.
How have you guys been making out so far this week?
The World Cup's been really good. If Morocco get a push today, or if Morocco don't lose today, my ROI for the tournament is 32% so far. So that's been good. Everything else continues to be super annoying. I had Caitlin Clark for 7 assists last night, and she had 7 with 2 minutes left in the third quarter and didn't get her 8th and lost me that bet, which was fun. And baseball is whatever. Baseball, my career ROI for baseball is like 0.6% and just doesn't waver off that at all.
You're not betting on the Red Sox, right?
No.
I feel like you don't enjoy baseball much in general, so it's not even like awesome. I'm even. At least I get to watch the sport.
Yeah, no, I actively dislike it. I haven't watched an inning of baseball this year, and so it does make it worse. Like, if there was nothing to do and I was only doing baseball, I'd be grinding through a sport for like no ROI, and I don't even like it.
That's why he likes WNBA.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's baseball's been a lot better to me, but not the last like week or so. I'm like just a little bit under 500. So
yesterday was the first day I haven't touched it at all in a while.
You have not a huge bet, but a pretty sizable one. I have $100 to pay me $200 on. I need Rory, Aberg, and Scheffler to make the cut. I think this morning they looked safe. Rory and Aberg definitely looked safe. Scheffler was 2 over, so as long as Scheffler can play decent enough today just to get through to tomorrow, and the other two don't blow up, that would be nice.
Dude, I don't know how much you guys have been watching today, but in the end of yesterday, Clark just can't miss. Every time he's off the tee, he ends up sticking it to like 15 feet, like, which is crazy out of this rough. It's driving me insane. So I want someone to get close to him.
Our boots on the ground guy at the U.S. Open just texted us and said, "It's nice out here. Wind isn't bad. Thinks Rory and Ludwig are going to play very well this afternoon," which is perfect for me because I just brought that up. Let's get into side note, what we're actually here for. Let me get this shared here. Let's get into some soccer. I mean, first game today, or football, depending on where you are in the world. First game today, USA, Australia. Obviously, we have 3 Americans, so probably some homer talk's going to happen here, but I'm assuming we're all on USA, regardless if Pulisic plays or not. Do you guys have any thoughts on that?
Yeah. I'm not a USA fan, so you can get a non-homer pick from me, but I do like the United States in this one. They have avenues for breaking down this Australia defense that the team like Turkey don't.
What are you, commie?
My dad's English, and we root for England.
Fair enough.
But I think the United States have a lot of runners in midfield, ability on the wings to create options. Balogun can create on his own. Again, Turkey really, really struggle because they have nobody in midfield to kind of create problems, and they have no wingers to really create problems. So I think the United States just has a better route to scoring goals here and causing problems for Australia. Australia are big, and they're really tough to break down, and it's not going to be super straightforward. But the United States have played Australia in a recent friendly. It's not a team that they're not familiar with, and I think in the end they kind of get over the line here. But they're better equipped than Turkey are to break this team down.
Yeah, I agree. The U.S. It was interesting coming into the World Cup. They kind of looked shaky for a couple of games, and then they had that good showing with top 11 on 11 against Germany, and kind of made you feel like, I think maybe the Senegal game was probably the turning point. They looked really good there, and then they had a really good showing against Germany's starting 11 with our starting 11, and kind of made you be like, okay, maybe this team is good, and maybe it's just been deceitful because like we've been playing everybody and mixing guys around, and then we go out and just absolutely pound Paraguay in the first game, and now it's just like, man, if this team just keeps rolling like this, it's going to be hard for anybody in this group to keep a game close. Like I could see this one being 2 or 3-0, but Australia could also score first and pack it in and make this super tight. So, what do you got?
Doesn't Australia don't they kind of play like they're comfortable playing without the ball already? And yeah, that kind of worries me. I mean, both these teams are happy with a point out of this. If Pulisic doesn't play too, like, I don't know. I can imagine this kind of being low scoring, but I do think USA is probably going to have possession most of this game.
Yeah, I think it'll be low scoring also, but I don't think the USA will sit on a point. The point's definitely good for Australia, and I don't think this game ever gets really, really out of hand either, because if Australia were to lose, they would want to keep their goal difference up.
Yes.
If they were to lose the last 2 games by like 4 goals combined, they probably don't make it to the next round. But if they were to lose the next 2 games by 2 or 3, then they probably do. So there's a world where they go down and they don't really, really push late on if they're trailing by just 1. They don't want to give that second goal up. So I don't disagree. I think low scoring could also be where we're at.
Are we worried about, I mean, are the US worried about Turkey in this group? I know they came in as like pretty commonly talked about dark horses, did not have a good showing the first.
Turkey can play with the United States because the USA just can't defend super well, and they're not going to sit in the block, so it's just going to be a little bit more open for what Turkey likes to do. So I don't think they're going to go into the game like worried, obviously, but like that's going to be relatively close to a pick 'em, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, and thoughts on that is really what happens with this game. If the U.S. wins this game, the Turkey game doesn't matter as much.
No, that's not true.
Well, wait. Let me finish. It doesn't matter as much depending on what they do later today, because Turkey has to win.
Excuse me, sorry, that was my alarm.
That's great.
That's a great alarm. Because Turkey would have to win. They'd have to win later today and then beat us head to head to win the group. So if we win and we win tonight or this afternoon, I guess we kind of see what happens in that late game. If Turkey would then really, we'd be putting the pressure on Turkey to have to win that game for them to have a chance to win the group. But Turkey could also sit there and be like, we're through. We're through also, because like the United States will be through with a win in this game. And if Turkey wins, I would assume that they would probably be no, they wouldn't be through, would they? I gotta look at the group standing again.
I think the USA are through if they win and Turkey don't. Or they win the group if they win and Turkey don't win.
That's right. Australia's got the win. So if the US wins and Turkey wins, the US is already through because of the head-to-head with Australia. Turkey would then need to not only win tonight, but they need to beat the United States to play in some head-to-head, and then it would go into goal differential, if that makes any sense.
Yeah,
it'd be like one team beat one team and the other team beat the one team. It's like a 3-way tie, but goal differential where everybody has a tiebreaker over the next one. So that late game, if the U.S. wins this game, that late game is going to be a pretty big game for the group.
And they'll both have to win, regardless of our result, but they both have to win that late game.
Yes, yep. No, a draw is not going to help either one of those teams.
Kurt,
speaking of the late game, sounds like we're all, I mean, that's the closest odds. Let me get into it. That's like the closest odds. We have it at plus 107 for Turkey and plus 186 for Paraguay, and the draw line's plus 244. That plus 107 is probably the closest to even money of a supposed favorite that we've had this tournament, it seems like. Anybody think?
Yeah. Turkey are mostly solid. They just can't break down defensive teams with their current makeup very well. And Paraguay are probably one of those teams, so I'm not super interested in this one.
I'm super interested if we win.
30 shot attempts last game from Turkey.
You should look at the shot map. They created like 1 XG off 30 shots. Is really gross.
Finish.
They're just shooting from everywhere.
Yeah, a lot of distance shots because they just couldn't get into the box. Just couldn't.
Yeah, they couldn't break down Australia's defense, so they were hoping for that long range shot that's good and either goes in or the goalie's going to make a diving save, and then you get the rebound and get a cheeky one.
Yeah, pretty much. But Paraguay are good defensively, despite what happened in the first game. So I don't know. I don't hate a look at like Paraguay plus half a goal, but not really interested.
Do we want to talk about Group C, the Tartan Army versus Morocco today? Scotland with a win puts themselves in an amazing, probably wins the group if they win this game. That would put them to two wins. Nobody else could get there. Well, maybe, yeah, with a draw, or if Brazil wins, they could get to 2, I guess. But that would get them to a spot that they would pretty much be through to the next round.
Yeah, they'd definitely be through if they won today. But I don't think they're. I think they're a level below Morocco. Morocco should hold a bunch of the ball this game. Scotland were the only team to come into this tournament with a negative expected goal difference. And I thought they were outplayed by Haiti in long stretches of that first game. And I thought Morocco, the only thing I dislike about Morocco is that they go into big games and in the second half, if it's level, they just kind of play for the tie. But against some of these smaller teams and stuff, they are suffocating defensively. And if Morocco get one here, I don't see how they lose the game outright. I'd be stunned to see Scotland score more than one. I don't think Scotland score, but I'd be surprised to see them get to 2. So I think Morocco can score. I think Morocco win the game.
Morocco to get to 2. What do you got, TB?
I don't really know yet. This game worries me because the guy that I follow in a lot of soccer likes a Scotland upset here. But I can't totally agree with that reading on this game. I'd be worried if Scotland plays a little too defensively to start this. And like Kurt was saying, I feel like Morocco should control this pace most of the game. So if Scotland ends up playing a little too defensively to start, I think that's going to put them in a really bad spot. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not on anything yet. I also don't hate a draw, but I don't know. I don't see Scotland scoring like 2 goals, I guess is what I'm at.
Yeah, it's one of those, and I agree. I think if this is going to be more like a home game for Scotland, this is their last game, I think, in Boston, but they seem to have quite the turnout there. And it seems like a lot of the locals that might be going to the game are in support of Scotland. So I'm expecting this to feel like a Scotland home game in the U.S. That might be the little edge that they have in the game, because outside of that, Morocco is the better team. So I think the only edge they might have is that it might feel like a home game to them, and they'll definitely be the crowd favorites by an extreme margin. But I'm sure that was probably the same thing Morocco experienced in their first game against Brazil. And they played that in what they call the New York Stadium, but at MetLife in New Jersey. I know there's a strong amount of Brazilians in that area. So I'm sure that the turnout for the Brazilian fans was probably pretty large in New York City last game. So Morocco they might not be fazed by the crowd at all, but they should be the better team. So that'll just be an interesting one to see. If you're Scotland, maybe you just try to play to a draw. They probably work out favorably if you do end up in third place. You would end up playing Brazil. Hopefully you keep it close. You get your goal differential, and you move in as like the third place team. Worst case scenario. So I'm assuming that's got to be the outlook, is that you got to at least try to play for a draw. The other game is Brazil Haiti. I'm sure we're all in the same boat here. How many goals is Brazil going to score? Is my question to you guys.
3.
I like 3-0. 3-0 sounds good.
I think I'm going to bet that also. I think the line's like, can somebody look and see, is it 2? 2.5? I was gonna bet Brazil 3-0. I'm not going to take an exact number, but
the over total is 2.5, 1.3.
And what's Haiti's chances to score? Probably minus money, or to be shut out, probably minus money.
Brazil's total is probably like.
Total is 3.5.
The total's 3.5 now.
Yeah, that close.
It was 2.5 yesterday, so it's gone up a goal.
Everybody's
thinking that Brazil's going to have to pound these guys, because with that draw with Morocco, they can't win technically they can't win the group yet. So they need to, if it comes down to goal differential, they need as many as they can in this game.
Haiti are minus 178 to not score.
Yeah. So they're up to, so now the books are feeling that, or the public's pushed this thing to 4 goals for Brazil.
Yeah.
That's crazy work. But not unheard of.
Yeah. I like Endrick shots if you have to wait till the lineups come out, because I don't like Cunha shots, and I know a lot of those sports books are doing, hey, like the super sub thing, and if you have a guy and he gets subbed off and the bet continues with the guy he subs on. But the problem is I don't want Cunha shots, because I don't think Cunha will get a ton up, but I want Endrick shots, so I have to wait to see the lineup and stuff. But if Endrick is starting, his shots, or if he's going to come off the bench later, when he does come off the bench, Endrick shots live, because he likes to hit it, and he'll hit it from a variety of different places, and I imagine the game will be kind of open at that point.
Sorry, I'm looking up, when do the World Cup starting lineups need to come out?
I think it's
60 minutes before.
60.
So about an hour and a half, we'll find out who's starting for the U.S., which will be interesting. Just wanted to look that up. I know different sports have different numbers, or different times. So an hour before is not unreasonable. I like Brazil. Like I like 3 goals. 4. I mean, 4 is really pounding a team in soccer. Honestly. Let's see. We can move on to the games on the 20th. We got a really good matchup. We got Netherlands versus Sweden. That's a 1:00 game on Saturday. That Netherlands favored a decent amount, but not crazy. Probably the feeling is that Sweden tries to keep this to a draw. I know the Netherlands had a draw in their first round against Japan. Any thoughts on this?
This is a weird group for me because I want to fade everybody, and I will in the next round. But for the current moment, I thought the Dutch did a little bit figuring out how to break down Japan kind of as the game went along. And they have the players to break down some of these teams who are going to sit, and Sweden are probably going to sit, but Sweden have good attacking options. They're just kind of slow and like to hit on the break and stuff. But the Netherlands have been playing super conservatively with the ball. They don't let their fullbacks go up. So even though Sweden have 2 world-class attackers up front and they like to play off each other and stuff on the break, it's tough to go 2v4 regardless of how well you're going. So I don't mind an under here. I don't mind the Dutch, but I'm not in love with taking them to win games at the moment.
Yeah, I agree. What do you got, TB?
I like goals. I like goals when you get into these. To your point, not suggesting, just not great teams, I guess. I kind of like. What's the over under in this? 2.5. Yeah, 2.5.
Probably.
I kind of like that. And yeah, I'm on the Netherlands side.
Yeah, it's 2.5. Yep.
This game and the Germany game, I think you get a decent price on my favorites. I understand Ivory Coast. I know we're not in it yet. Is just a worrisome for some, but I don't know. Germany's Germany.
I don't disagree with the Germany thing. I played some Germany to score twice, but Ivory Coast are funky, and there's ultra talented up front, but I don't know how they keep Germany out here. So I think there could be plenty of goals in that one because Germany don't defend super well, but don't disagree. I think Germany, they have a spot where they can score goals here.
Yeah, I agree. I think this is I like the Germany to score twice. I don't think Germany gets caught here. Maybe they give up a goal, but they probably at least score twice, and they win at least 2-1. So I think I guess I'm with TB on that one. Like I like the money line on Germany, and it's not bad on leverage. Only problem is if Ivory Coast scores first, you get kicked right in the nuts. So, but that one might be good enough odds that if that happens, you might be able to, depending on when it happens, you might be able to skirt a liquidation.
Yeah,
I know.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say. I know you're not there yet, but if you follow Arsenal and they're mad slow and gross and they play that nasty style of football, it's probably really good for leverage because they just don't give up goals. And you're probably just ahead all the time. So teams like that who just don't give up anything at the back end are probably really good for leverage. Teams like Germany who are kind of funky at the back end are probably not so good.
Right. I agree.
Yeah, low scoring favorites are definitely the preferred bet on soccer with leverage. I feel like that can keep it low scoring.
Ecuador Carousel game. It sounds like Ecuador is a overwhelming favorite after Carousel got absolutely worked by Germany. How many goals does Ecuador score? I'm going to say they score 3.
2.
Do they need goals? What does the standing look like in this group?
Yeah.
Yeah, they need goals.
They're gonna need goals, I think.
Then the Germany. Yeah.
They lost Ivory Coast 1-0, so they need the goals.
I hope they lose. My buddy's from Ecuador, and he's kind of a bitch.
Oh, that's awesome.
I don't know what the spread is, but I think Curacao can hang for just a little bit here. Like, they're probably not going to score. Ecuador have like 4 really, really good players and a bunch of very, very little of nothing, and all 4 good players are at the back. They have 2 world-class center backs and a world-class defensive midfielder, and they don't give up a ton defensively, but there's nothing up front. So I could see this game kind of being a little bit weird. It's like 30 minutes and it's 0-0 still. So
it is 2.5 is the spread.
I would prefer 3, but
do we have that game up yet, Kaz?
Yeah,
I'm gonna put.
I hope so. It's happening today or tomorrow. I mean, Ecuador -973, draw +940.
I might burn some money. What's $10 on Curacao 5x? I don't recommend anyone take this.
Just get just get an early lead and hold on. $1,200. That'd be wild. Hey, shit's happened. I was thinking, what about if you just what about if you get in on the draw too? +472.
Yeah, we got rocked. We got rocked so hard by that Spain draw.
Yeah.
There were a few people on it, and I think $100 paid out like almost $5K.
oof.
Yeah, it was cool to watch though.
You need Curacao to score first in both of these.
Yeah.
And then we also, what I don't have the stats for yet, or what the differential is technically they're calling it a Sunday game. It's midnight tomorrow. That is Japan versus Tunisia. I like Japan money line there. -1. We have them at -166. I don't know if Tunisia is going to be able to score. I think Japan could probably get a couple on the board. I don't know if Tunisia is going to be able to get a couple on the board on Japan. What do you think, Kurt?
I don't know. Japan are funky. I think they can create, but they also kind of just struggle to create against bigger teams, which Tunisia are. And Tunisia are pretty okay, solid-ish defensively sometimes. And it's tough to say that after they conceded 5, but they conceded 5 there were 3 wonder goals in there and then just a defender making a mistake, and Sweden didn't actually create a ton across the game despite scoring that number. So I could see this being really low scoring. I'm not sure Tunisia score. Japan showed they can be pretty solid in a block, and you have to figure it out. I'm not sure Tunisia can figure that out. So I don't mind Japan, but I think I'd prefer some of the under.
Somebody's got to figure out what the hell those numbers mean that they keep putting up on their board on the sidelines for Japan.
Oh yeah, they're like running college football plays out there.
Yeah, that's wild. I'm assuming it must be like a series of runs that they make from a certain, when the ball's in a certain position, they must put up a number so people know what runs they're going to be making. That's the only thing I could think of what that means.
It might just be slight formation tweaks and stuff.
That too. TB looks like he's lost, like he doesn't know what the hell we're talking about.
No, I was getting ready to mispronounce the name. I haven't looked at these two back-end games on Saturday, but we do have a promo on this game, so check it out if you're going to bet this game.
Who's the promo on?
I was intentionally trying not to pronounce this, so thanks for that. UEDA, with their other injury that they have, this should be the focal point of their offense. I don't know. I'm not a Japan fan. Don't hate me if you are. But goal or assist, and you'll get your money back on it up to $10 if you bet the game and lost. We have a few of those. We're going to keep doing those for games throughout this.
Yeah, they're good spots. I had to put you on the spot when you're like struggling, because I am always the one that has to deal with enunciating names. So
he didn't even come in to correct anything.
Let's see.
It is good.
And I think that's all we have up so far, because it's going to be nothing. I mean, I know who plays on Sunday, but we don't have any lines or anything yet for Sunday. I mean, I could bring it up.
Those are cookie games.
Yeah, I mean, Spain, Saudi Arabia. Spain needs to pull their head out of their ass after the draw with Cape Verde. Belgium, Iran, Uruguay versus Cape Verde, and then New Zealand versus Egypt. New Zealand played that great game with Iran. That was one of the best games I watched so far. That game was awesome. I don't know what you guys thought about that. I think we were all watching it.
That was one of the few games where both teams knew coming in that they had to win the game, and it was super, super open.
Yeah.
Definitely didn't expect that, because both those teams are normally just, New Zealand in particular, like sit back and defend, and Iran are really good defensively and stuff. But we spoke before the tournament about the way Iran have to play these games, and that they may take time to kind of like a half hour to get into them because of the travel stuff. And that's kind of what that felt like too. New Zealand were pretty heavy early.
I agree. Yeah, it seems like they got caught early. Like we talked, like Iran got caught by one early and scrambled their way back. I mean, it was a hell of a game. The whole group's tied. But Belgium and Egypt are also quality teams too that played each other in the first game. So it'll be that this group is going to be interesting. I know when we talked before, we were kind of like figuring out who's going to be the team that's left out of this group. We'll probably get a little bit more of a feel for that, obviously, on Sunday when this group plays their games. And then in Group H, which is Uruguay, Saudi Arabia, Spain, Cape Verde, I'm pretty sure we were high on Spain and Uruguay to take this group, and then Spain lays an egg in the first game when they probably need to put up as many goals as possible. Well, they didn't really need to put up as many goals as possible. They just need to win, and then they shit the bed. So they're going to have to win these next two games to take this.
Well, they're in a good spot because Uruguay also didn't take advantage of anything. So I don't know what the spread is, but if you're getting 1.5 on Spain, I kind of like Spain. They created a decent amount against Cape Verde, almost 3 expected goals, and kind of just had a bunch of misses and stuff. I think Saudi Arabia are a little bit worse at just sitting in a block. So I think Spain can, if they're just putting up similar production, which I think they will, they probably just finish better on the day.
Spain 2.5 is the spread.
Never mind then. They ruin everything, these books.
God damn it, their line's too good.
It's the worst.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. It's also tough to go Yeah, expected goals for Spain was 2 last game. Expected goals for Saudi Arabia, less than 1. Saudi Arabia was
credit
expected
to Saudi Arabia. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, they were supposed to concede more than 1 goal.
They played super well. They had like a 20-minute spell there where they were just straight up dominant over Uruguay in the first half, and then they scored the goal, and then they kind of just hoped that they would defend themselves to a late draw or win or whatever, and they just didn't want to come out in the second half, and you step on your own foot doing that stuff. But they played really, really well for that small burst.
Yeah.
Or it's not a small burst. I mean, 20 minutes is a pretty significant burst for a team that's not supposed to be very good.
I can't wait. I think Monday is going to be, and obviously we'll be back on Monday, but I think Monday is going to be a great soccer day. Get some really good matchups on Monday where it's Argentina, Austria, France, Iraq, Norway, Senegal, Jordan, Algeria. Yeah, Monday I think will be fun. I think we'll get some goals that day. We'll see how Norway handles Senegal on Monday. Did Jordan? Are they the one that actually had a surprisingly good first game?
Yeah, they lost to Austria, but they played pretty well.
That's what I thought. And they're playing Algeria, who did not have a first good game.
Well, they played messy. I had the under in that game, and there was like 1.5 total expected goals, and I had under 2 3/4, and Messi just didn't care.
Yeah. All right. Well, I mean, unless you guys got something else, we've pretty much covered every single game until Monday. We didn't go over any Monday games, but any last final thoughts, predictions for today before we go?
No.
Wow. Fucking lame. Prediction: US 2-1. Prediction. What else we got? Just because you guys are driving me nuts, not giving any predictions. Morocco 2-1 over Scotland, and it's a late goal by Morocco. Breaks the Tartan Army's heart late in the game.
I'll take the other side of that.
You're taking the Tartan Army 2-1.
2-1 late game goal.
I'll be rooting for Scotland in that game. Gotta love the little underdog there, and they've been awesome since they've been over here. So, but Morocco's good.
I'm not gonna lie, a late Scotland winner would completely ruin my day. I have like Morocco plus half a goal to end a pretty big parlay for me, so
I could see the group text later just being like, God damn it.
I can give you some. Brazil 3-0, Morocco 2-0, USA 2-0, 2-1 Paraguay.
Ooh, okay. 2-1 Paraguay. Ruins the tournament for Turkey, possibly.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, you heard it here. We'll be back on Monday. Have a great Friday. Go USA.